People heeded the warnings and left the area because we know they did not go to the shelters. We hope they are in a safe location. Here's the latest image from Wink Doppler 3X. You see that very clear, defined eye, and you see how close this hurricane is now coming to the coast. Federico is here with us right now. And Dylan, I mean, I think that we're looking at a possibility of somebody being hit as early as what?
Yeah,
noon or 2.
Yeah, you can see it on our radar. The core of destructive winds with Hurricane Ian are just offshore, and the hurricane hunters are in there investigating it right now. And they actually deployed some special drones into the eye wall. And I was just looking at the data, just above the surface, found 190 mile per hour winds. So there are very strong winds just above the surface. And this is a strengthening hurricane, so those gusts are likely mixing down to the surface. So when this eye wall, which is that yellow and red ring surrounding the eye, when that crosses the coast, this is going to cause very extensive, potentially catastrophic wind damage to portions along the coast. And we talked about this a little bit, but a lot of people live on high rises right across the street from Wink, and I'm sure there are more
up and down the beach.
Up
There's
the beach,
yeah. Gulf front.
The winds, those 190 plus mile per hour winds that these drones are picking up on will almost certainly impact the upper floors of those condominiums. So I would not recommend staying in any of those because those windows are not built to handle those kinds of winds, especially
some of the older buildings,
especially extensive periods of time. So this is very strong, and this is going to be moving into Sanibel and Captiva shortly as this continues off towards the northeast.
We know a lot of people on Sanibel and Captiva have evacuated, which is good news. We hope everyone has gotten to a safe location.
Because realistically, at the rate it's going, I mean, it's at least conceivable, if not likely, that the island will flood completely.
Yeah, and speaking of the water, I was just looking at the water gauges up and down the coast, and the water has almost bottomed out, if not it's being done bottoming out over in Fort Myers Beach. But in Naples, the surge is coming in now, and the chart, the water level chart, is almost parabolic. So it's the water is coming up fast, and this is going to be the case up and down the coast as the winds begin to shift more onshore. And this happens in every strong hurricane that comes onshore. The surge comes in very, very fast. That's why we strongly discourage anybody that's at the pier at Fort Myers Beach from being out there in the first place, because when that surge comes in, it's going to come in fast, and you're not going to be able to outrun it, especially if you're in the vicinity of the water. There's tons of canals, and that allows that water to fill everything up within minutes. It happens literally within minutes when you have this type of a situation.
And, you know, this comes from not only, you know, Dylan, not only a great meteorologist and very smart, but you're a storm chaser of sorts, so you know how to get close to them safely, and that's not it.
Ian will be my 6th major hurricane that I've been in. So this, and but Ian, if this becomes a Category 5, this will be the strongest one that I've been in.
So when you're saying get out of the water, you know from experience, get away from the shore, get out of the water.
Listen, when that wind shifts in the right angle, the water comes up within minutes. Within minutes, it rises several feet, and in this case, we're talking about over 10 feet of storm surge in some spots, wherever this eventually comes in directly. So that's why we've been warning people for days to get out of those coastal communities, because with this type of a hurricane, the water comes up very, very, very fast, and you do not want to be in any position to take on water. So it's going to come up very fast, and we're going to see this on all of our cameras over the next several hours, wherever the core of Hurricane Ian finally moves inland.
All right. Thank you very much, Dylan.
Stay with us and watch along with us, because we're going to go to Claire Galt, who is